Often when purchasing materials for manufacturing, we need to order a large amount or a steady supply of raw material to be delivered to us. We often use what is called a blanket purchase order. What that does is it allows us to have one purchase order and to have multiple deliveries to that one purchase order over a period of time. In this video, we're going to show you how to create a blanket purchase order. Using powerlink, we could use netlink, either one. We go into the application, enter your username, once your application is open, click on your procurement tab, click on your purchase orders icon, this will list all the open purchase orders in the system. We're going to create a purchase order just like we did in the past by clicking on the create button, piece of paper. Normal information, the purchase order number will be provided by the system. You can override it, like I said. Select a buyer. A vendor. And of course a warehouse. Create. I would change to this default screen. It's easier, my opinion. At this point, I would add a comment for something about the order being a blanket. I would select the item. There's our casting right here. This is where you must pay attention to what you're doing. What you have is, we make this a blanket item by clicking this item here, or that checkbox. This quantity here is the total quantity for all the releases. In other words, if I want to get 10 a month for 5 months, then I got to order 50. So the total value, or the total number of valves or castings in this case that we're going to get, will be that number in so many increments of release. Now they don't have to be even. I could do 5 one month and 10 the next week or month or whatever our time frame is. But anyway, let's go ahead and say we're going to do 100. select the date, create, on this screen here you'll notice a tab that says releases. Click on that release, and this is where we start putting our different releases in. We hit the create button, and this release is not for the 100, or else it'll be delivered. Let's say it's 10. Create. I'm going to create another release. Pay attention to your date. And we have 90. Notice that the amount decreased by the amount of the release. So we're going to select another date for delivery, and let's put it a month in the future. And pick about the same date. And this time, instead of 90, we're going to do 10 again. Now just notice that the value dropped to 80. Let's do a different amount for the next release. So let's pick a date. July 27th. And this time we're going to do 40. Create. Now we have 40 remaining. We could do that in one more release for the heck of it. So let's go ahead and make this date here another month in advance, the 28th. Can't do that. That's the wrong day of the week. No, that's Friday. Create. We have none available. If I tried to add another one, it'd be a disaster. Now we hit create. And here's our purchase order with 1, 2, 3, 4 releases. We could add special charges for your freight charges and special charges here. At this point we could create the purchase order right there. Confirm posting. And we just created a blanket purchase order. If we want to print it, we have to select it. So we want to go to locate. And here's that order right there. And we could check our releases. I think releases are here. There we go. In the overview, we should be able to see the releases here. There they are. Release 1, 2, 3, 4. If we want to print it, which we'll have to do, we go to File, Host Print, and select Print, and Submit. That's how you create a blanket purchase order using PowerLink.